धनुष उठा प्रहार कर, तू सबसे पहला वार कर। अग्नि सी धधक धधक, हिरण सी सजग सजग, तू सिंह सी दहाड़ कर, शंख सी पुकार कर। रुके न तू, थके न तू, झुके न तू, थमे न तू, सदा चले थके न तू, रुके न तू, झुके न तू।
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Vice Admiral Gurucharan Singh, Ati Vishisht Seva Medal, Nausena Medal, Commandant, National Defence Academy, and the entire team of NDA, we welcome you all to the passing out parade of the 148th course. This parade ground was named as Khetarpal Parade Ground in the everlasting memory of 2nd Lieutenant Arun Khetarpal, Paramveer Chakra, an alumnus of the 38th course, Foxtrot Squadron. He was posthumously awarded the highest Gallantry Award in the Battle of Basanta in 1971. Across the parade ground, ladies and gentlemen, is the Quartermaster's Fort, providing a majestic background. The structure behind you is the Manoj Pandey block, named after Captain Manoj Kumar Pandey, Paramveer Chakra, who is an alumnus of the 90th course Mike Squadron, one of the many military heroes of the Kargil conflict.
The huge white mast that stands dominating the drill square is the mast from the Indian naval ship Mumbai, rigged at the drill square of the National Defence Academy, Khadakwasa, on 21st May 1955. The mast measures 30.4 meters. It carries the national flag along with the Academy flag and symbolizes the height of dedication and devotion that a cadet has towards his duties. This mast has stood mute testimony to the rigors of training of cane drill, sword drill, rifle drill, foot drill and ceremonial drill.
यह परेड मैदान लोकप्रिय रूप से ड्रिल स्क्वायर के नाम से जाना जाता है। यह 450 मीटर व 150 मीटर में फैला हुआ एक विशाल मैदान है। अकादमी का अंतर सेवा चरित्र परेड मैदान की लंबाई और चौड़ाई में स्पष्ट झलकता है। यह प्रवेश द्वार में तैनात बंदूकों और ड्रिल स्क्वायर के दोनों कोनों को देखकर स्पष्ट होता है। 2 विजयंता टैंक, मिग-21 विमान और समुद्री विमान, भारतीय नौसेना के जहाज़ों की प्रतिकृतियां विराट और मुंबई, और इन सब से ऊपर विशाल मस्तूल तीनों सेवाओं का प्रतिनिधित्व करते हैं। The aircraft that you see on the left side of the entrance to the drill square is the Seahawk, single-seater fighter aircraft of the Indian Navy. It played a stellar role in the Indo-Pak War of 1971, the Golden Jubilee of which was celebrated in the year 2021. The aircraft to your right is the MiG-21, inducted in the aftermath of 1962 war. It has been the mainstay of the air defense fleet of the Indian Air Force till MiG-21 Type 96 aircraft were phased out some years back. However, an upgraded version, the MiG-21 Bison, is still in the service of the nation. This aircraft has played a pivotal role in the 1971 war, Kargil War, and the fierce skirmish with Pakistan, wherein Group Captain Abhinandan Veer Chakra of 104th Course India Squadron shot down an F-16 aircraft of Pakistan Air Force with this old warhorse.
आपके सामने रखे गए दोनों टैंक विजयी हैं। इस टैंक ने भी 1971 में पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ युद्ध में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाई थी। ड्रिल सशस्त्र बलों में अनुशासन का आधार है। राष्ट्र को अपने सशस्त्र बलों द्वारा प्रदर्शित अनुशासन के अनुकरणीय मानक पर गर्व है। यहाँ पर इस परेड मैदान में भारतीय सशस्त्र बलों के भावी अधिकारियों के लिए अनुशासन की नींव रखी जाती है।
The Academy Adjutant, Lieutenant Colonel Praveen Kumar Tiwari from the 19th Battalion of the Bihar Regiment, is the embodiment of military discipline for cadets as well as the Academy. He is ably assisted by Assistant Adjutant Major Rahul Singh Kataria. The passing out parade marks their final parade as the Adjutant and Assistant Adjutant of National Defence Academy. The passing out parade marks the grand finale of the term and is held each term with clockwork precision amid ceremony and fanfare on this hallowed ground.
देवियों और सज्जनों, इस अवसर की पवित्रता को ध्यान में रखते हुए और इस संस्था और हमारे शहीद नायकों के सम्मान रूप में हम आपसे अपने मोबाइल फ़ोन को बंद करने का अनुरोध करते हैं। कृपया पासिंग आउट परेड के दौरान बैठे रहें।
Ladies and gentlemen, let us now review the stellar performance of the cadets of the 148th course in all spheres of training. Among the Army cadets, Squadron Cadet Captain Vishal Kumar from Quebec Squadron has been awarded the Uttar Pradesh Government Cup for being the best cadet in Specialist Service Subjects, Army. The best cadet in map reading is Squadron Cadet Captain Vishal Kumar of Quebec Squadron. Cadet Quartermaster Sergeant Dhruv Sharma of Romeo Squadron has been awarded the Ashok Pillar Cup for being the best cadet in weapon training. The best cadet in tactics has been awarded to Squadron Cadet Captain Vishal Kumar of Quebec Squadron. The Order of Eklavya for excellence in firing has been awarded to Divisional Cadet Captain Shivam Pandey of Foxtrot Squadron. Bayonet pins are awarded to cadets who excel in Army service subjects. This term, bayonet pins have been awarded to 11 cadets.
The Government of Madras Cup for standing first in the Specialist Naval Service Subjects is awarded to Divisional Cadet Captain Chopanna Nageshwar of Quebec Squadron. The Chief of Naval Staff Trophy, instituted by Admiral O.S. Dawson for standing first in astronavigation, has been awarded to Cadet Sergeant Major P. Sai of Romeo Squadron. The Seamanship Trophy, presented by Admiral Madhavendra Singh, the then Flag Officer Commanding in Chief, Western Naval Command, has been won by Divisional Cadet Captain Chopanna Nageshwar of Quebec Squadron. Cadet Yerram Naga Srinivas of Hunter Squadron has won the cup, presented by Admiral Sir Mark Pizy for standing second in Specialist Service Subjects Navy. Anchor pins have been awarded to 2 cadets.
Amongst the Air Force cadets, Divisional Cadet Captain Sore of Kilo Squadron has won the trophy presented by Government of Hyderabad for standing first in Specialist Service Subjects, Air Force. The Government of Madhya Bharat Cup for being the best cadet in flying has been awarded to Divisional Cadet Captain Sumit More of Kilo Squadron. Flight Lieutenant P.V. Apte Trophy for standing first in ground subjects has been awarded to Cadet Chetan Bhardwaj of Bravo Squadron. Squadron Leader S. Vasudev Memorial Book Prize for standing second in Specialist Service Subjects is awarded to Cadet Udaybir Singh of Alpha Squadron. Air Force cadets are awarded flying pins for their exceptional performance. Pins have been awarded to 5 cadets in the order of merit in Air Force service subjects.
देवियों और सज्जनों, अब हम 148 कोर्स की शैक्षणिक उपलब्धियों से आप सबको अवगत कराएंगे। कैडेट लकी कुमार 40 स्क्वाड्रन ने विज्ञान की शाखा में प्रथम आते हुए जनरल के सुंदर जी द्वारा संस्थापित चीफ ऑफ द आर्मी स्टाफ ट्रॉफी जीती है। बटालियन कैडेट कैप्टन प्रिंस कुमार सिंह कुशवाहा अल्फा स्क्वाड्रन ने कंप्यूटर साइंस की शाखा में उत्कृष्ट प्रदर्शन करते हुए एडमिरल सुरेश मेहता द्वारा संस्थापित चीफ ऑफ द नेवल स्टाफ ट्रॉफी के विजेता हैं। इस टर्म में डिविजनल कैडेट कैप्टन श्रुति दक्ष हंटर स्क्वाड्रन ने सामाजिक विज्ञान में प्रथम आते हुए एयर चीफ मार्शल एनसी सूरी द्वारा संस्थापित चीफ ऑफ द एयर स्टाफ ट्रॉफी जीती है।
Cadets who excel in various sports and physical activities are awarded with merit card, half blue, blue and blazer in order of proficiency. The silver medal for Best Cadet in Riding has been awarded to Squadron Cadet Captain Prabdeep Singh of Rima Squadron. The silver medal for Best Cadet in Sailing has been awarded to Divisional Cadet Captain Jay Yadav of India Squadron. Best Cadet in Shooting is Divisional Cadet Captain Shanan Dhaka of November Squadron.
राष्ट्रीय रक्षा अकादमी के विशाल परिसर में प्रवेश करते हुए आगंतुक को प्रथम जो चीज प्रभावित करती है वह है कि संपूर्ण अधिरचना प्रकृति की गोद में कितनी सामंजस्यपूर्ण रूप से बसती है और विभिन्न भवन आसपास के वनस्पतियों और जीवों से कितनी अच्छी तरह मेल खाते हैं। यहां तक कि सहज रूप से देखा जाए तो यह स्पष्ट हो जाता है कि इस संस्थान की प्राथमिकताओं में पर्यावरण को बहुत ऊंचा स्थान दिया गया है। राष्ट्रीय रक्षा अकादमी में सेना प्रशिक्षण के लिए परिसर के भीतर बहुत सारे वन क्षेत्र हैं। इसमें हिरण, मोर और पक्षियों की 115 प्रजातियां पाई जाती हैं। अकादमी में पाए जाने वाले इन पक्षियों और जानवरों में से कई सड़कों के किनारे विभिन्न स्थानों पर प्रदर्शित रंगीन फलकों पर दर्शाए गए हैं। उनके आसपास के वातावरण को सुव्यवस्थित बनाए रखने के लिए बहुत सावधानी बरती जाती है।
यदि किसी को रास्ते से गुजरना है या किसी को ट्रैकिंग करनी है तो उन्हें तेज धाराओं की लुभावनी सुंदरता, हरे भरे ढलानों पर समृद्ध पत्ते, साथ ही विभिन्न प्रकार के दुर्लभ पक्षियों और जानवरों की प्रशंसा करने के लिए बार बार रुकना होगा, जो प्रकृति प्रेमियों को प्रसन्न करेगा। हम राष्ट्रीय रक्षा अकादमी में बगीचे, फव्वारों, वनस्पतियों और जीवों की प्राकृतिक सुंदरता पर गर्व महसूस करते हैं।
The immaculately maintained gardens of the National Defense Academy reminds one of the words of William Wordsworth. Come forth into the light of things. Let nature be your teacher. Our cadets actively participate in this beautification process through Shramdan in maintaining their squadrons and battalion areas and also some general areas inside the campus. National Defense Academy is a perfect example of how human beings can coexist harmoniously with nature.
A word about the history of the National Defense Academy. After the Second World War, a need was felt to train cadets of the three services jointly, which would enable the warriors of the future to create synergy for combined operations. The idea of a joint services academy was conceived in 1945 with the setting up of the National War Academy Committee under the chairmanship of the then Commander-in-Chief, Field Marshal Sir Claude Auchinleck. The objective was to frame the design of an academy for the joint training of future officers of the three services. The project received impetus when Pandit Nehru foresaw the necessity of completely Indianizing the officer cadre of the armed forces.
To hasten the process, it was decided to start training straight away, and a joint services wing was established in the old prisoners of war barracks at Clement Town, Dehradun on 1st January 1949. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel in June 1949 formally inaugurated the Joint Services Wing, and the first course consisting of 190 cadets passed out from Clementown on 8 December 1950.
40 years later, history was made in 1990 when three alumni of the first course took over as chiefs of their respective services. They were General S.F. Rodriguez, Admiral L. Ramdas, and Air Chief Marshal N.C. Suri. History repeated itself in 2020 when three course mates of the 56th course, General M.M. Naravne, Admiral Karambir Singh, and Air Chief Marshal R.K.S. Bhadoria took over as chiefs of their respective services.
For the third time in the history of National Defence Academy, course mates from the 61st course, General Manoj Pandey, Admiral R. Harikumar, and Air Chief Marshal Vivek Ram Chaudhary succeeded the course mates of 56th course and took over as chiefs of their respective services. Furthermore, we are proud to announce that the first two chiefs of defence staff of the Indian Armed Forces, General Bipin Rawat and General Anil Chauhan, had both passed out from this prestigious institution. Chief of Defence Staff is the professional head and permanent chairman of Chiefs of Staff Committee. He is the highest ranking uniformed officer on active duty in Indian military and chief advisor to the Ministry of Defence.
6 अक्टूबर 1949 को पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू द्वारा खड़कवासला में राष्ट्रीय रक्षा अकादमी की नींव रखी गई थी। लगभग 7,000 एकड़ भूमि उस समय बॉम्बे राज्य की सरकार द्वारा प्रदान की गई थी। अकादमी का लेआउट आर्किटेक्ट्स की एक टीम द्वारा बनाया गया था, जो उस समय पुणे इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज के प्रधानाचार्य श्री W.X. मास्करेनस के नेतृत्व में काम कर रहे थे। अकादमी का बुनियादी ढांचा बनाने में लगभग 5 वर्ष लग गए। जो इमारत आज आपके समक्ष हैं, यह राजपुताना तथा मुगल आर्किटेक्चर का उत्तम मिश्रण है।
निर्माण के लिए अपेक्षित धनराशि का योगदान कई राज्यों द्वारा किया गया। कैडेटों के रेजिडेंशियल ब्लॉकों का निर्माण इन्हीं धनराशियों से किया गया और उनका नाम योगदान करने वाले राज्यों के नाम पर रखा गया है। अकादमी का प्रशासनिक ब्लॉक, जिसे हम सूडान ब्लॉक के नाम से जानते हैं, इसके निर्माण में कुछ सहयोग सूडान सरकार द्वारा धनराशि के रूप में किया गया था। यह योगदान सूडान सरकार ने भारतीय सैनिकों के दूसरे विश्व युद्ध में उत्तरी अफ्रीकी अभियान के दौरान प्रदर्शित वीरता की सराहना करते हुए किया था।
The academy shifted to Khadakwasla from Clementown in December 1954 and was inaugurated on 16 January 1955 by Shri Morarji Desai, the Chief Minister of the then state of Bombay. 16 January is celebrated every year as the NDA Day. The first passing out parade on this ground was held on 5th June 1955 when the 10th course passed out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cadets you see marching onto the parade ground are contingent markers, taking their positions. The rest of their contingents will soon enter the parade ground from the sides of the quartermasters. They will move to the left and to the right of the parade ground and then line up.
आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि आप सब अपना ध्यान सामने की तरफ ले जाएं। आप देखेंगे कि कंटिंजेंट मार्कर्स अपना स्थान ले रहे हैं। बाकी कंटिंजेंट जल्द ही परेड प्रांगण पर आएंगे और दाहिने और बाएं मुड़कर अपने स्थान पर खड़े होंगे।
Today, there are 1,341 cadets on parade. Out of these, 337 cadets of the 148th course will pass out of the National Defence Academy, out of which 219 are Army cadets, 41 Naval cadets, and 77 Air Force cadets. This term, we have 17 international cadets from 11 different countries: Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Lesotho, Kenya, Zambia, Cameroon, Myanmar, Sudan, Malaysia, and Bangladesh passing out with the 148th course. The National Defence Academy has stood as a shining testimony to India's relationship with its friendly foreign countries. This is evident from the fact that the National Defence Academy is presently training 120 cadets from 22 different foreign countries.
One of the greatest distinctions of the Academy is the happy camaraderie that it confers on all cadets, transcending all service barriers. And the squadron plays a vital role in inculcating this bond and spirit. The squadron acts like a home away from home for the cadets and even when they pass out of the academy. Sound of the bugles, ladies and gentlemen, heralds the entry of the cadets onto the parade ground. And there they come out through the gates of the quartermaster's fort, marching smartly to the inspirational tunes of the academy song, "Hum NDA ke cadet hain." Ladies and gentlemen, you can see the contingents marching onto the parade ground to take their positions. The magnificent charger atop which the adjutant is astride is Reliant Robin. This splendid and dynamic charger was born in 2009 and has been allotted to the National Defence Academy by renowned and veteran corps in 2020. This is the 11th parade for Adjutant's Charger in National Defence Academy.
Leading the cadets onto the parade ground is Academy Cadet Adjutant Madhav Kumar.
Now, a word about drill. Drill inculcates discipline, which is the bedrock of military life. To those of you who have an aesthetic disposition, drill movements will symbolize the very rhyme and rhythm of the poetry of a well ordered life. And that's precisely the primary aim of this institution, to train our cadets in the art of cultivating a way of life in which the highest and the noblest attributes of discipline, character, and courage are not only blended but also nurtured and nourished.
A cadet's initiation to the academy requires him to pledge himself to the nation, which is done under the aegis of the adjutant at the hut of remembrance, the sanctum sanctorum.
देवियों और सज्जनों, निशान टोली निशान को परेड प्रांगण पर ला रही है। आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि निशान को समुचित सम्मान प्रदान करने हेतु कृपया खड़े हो जाएं तथा जो वर्दी में है वो कृपया अकादमी कैडेट एडजुटेंट की कमांड पर सैल्यूट करें। Ladies and gentlemen, the Nishan Toli will now bring in the President's colors. When the colors are brought in, you are requested to rise and those in uniform will salute at the word of command of the Academy Cadet Adjutant.
The President's colors were presented to the National Defense Academy on 16 December 1978 by the then President of India, Shri Neelam Sanjeev Reddy, in recognition of the highest standards of training imparted here. It is the privilege of the cadets of the passing out course to carry the President's colors.
In keeping with this tradition, the cadets carrying the President's colors to the parade ground are Squadron Cadet Captain S.D. Pangar, flanked by Cadet Sergeant Major Nikul Singh and Cadet Sergeant Major V.S. Vardhan. Ladies and gentlemen, the parade is now lined up for review. The cadet commanding today's parade is Academy Cadet Adjutant Madhav Kumar.
The officer on the left is the adjutant, Lieutenant Colonel Kumar Tiwari. Colonel Praveen Kumar Tiwari is an alumnus of Sainik School Ghorakhal and the 118th course Charlie Squadron of National Defence Academy. An infantry officer, he was commissioned into the 19th Battalion of the Bihar Regiment as the first commissioned officer of the unit. Possessing varied operational, staff and instructional experience, the officer has served as a Ghatak platoon commander along the Chinese borders in Sikkim, company commander in super high altitude area along line of control in Dras sector and along line of actual control in Arunachal Pradesh. Additionally, he has undertaken an overseas assignment as an instructor with Indian military training team in Bhutan. His experience extends to training officers from friendly foreign nations. A graduate of Defence Services Staff College, Wellington, the officer has assumed the appointment of adjutant on 30th June 2023.
He is ably assisted by the Assistant Adjutant Major Rahul Singh Kataria, an alumnus of National Defence Academy, 130th Course, Delta Squadron. The officer was commissioned in 16th Battalion, the Kumaon Regiment, on 10th June 2017. The officer has served with his battalion in different terrains and operational areas. He served as Ghatak platoon commander of his battalion along line of control in Dras sector and as company commander of a rifle company along line of actual control during Operation Snow Leopard in Tawaghat sector. The officer has also served in counter-insurgency, counter-terrorism areas of Manipur and Nagaland. He has singular honor of leading the Kumaon and Naga Regiment marching contingent in Army Day and Republic Day parades in 2020. He was awarded with General Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Central Command Commendation Card in 2021. Major Rahul Singh Kataria took over the appointment of Assistant Adjutant in December 2023.
The actual footwork of training the cadets of National Defence Academy in all aspects of drill is led by Drill Subedar Major Dharmraj Kurung from the 4th Battalion of the 1st Gorkha Rifles. The Drill Subedar Major served as an instructor at National Defence Academy from 2007 to 2010 and at the Indian Military Academy from 2012 to 2017. As regards the lineup of the contingents on parade, we have 18 squadron-wise contingents standing as per their positions in the championship banner of Autumn Term 2024. In the center of the parade stands the Nishan Toli, proudly carrying the President's colors.
The hut as a constant reminder to the cadets of the lofty traditions of valor, courage, and sacrifice of their predecessors. Before the start of every term, the adjutant narrates to the cadets the importance of the Academy Honor Code and the Cadets Pledge.
During a cadet stay at the academy, they remind themselves of their pledge to the nation by reciting the NDA prayer at the start of each day. It is essential that the cadets imbibe the right principles and are guided by a tangible code of conduct that spells out the right and the wrong. The NDA Honor Code was thus promulgated in March 1998 by Admiral Arun Prakash, the then Commandant. It sees the cadet through his basic training and even thereafter in life. Cadets dedicate themselves to the nation with the honor code guiding their conduct. The code embodies a tradition and a rallying point, ensuring an openness to enhance one's character and being guided by one's peers in the right direction.
Going back to the genesis of this institution, the National Defence Academy came into being at Khadawasla in 1955. Khadakwasla was chosen as the site on account of its proximity to an operational airfield at Pune, its closeness to the sea, the presence of a lake nearby, plenty of area for military training, and of course, its salubrious climate.
Ladies and gentlemen, in today's parade, the first three salutes would be dummy salutes, as the dignitaries who would be taking the salute would be present only for the final passing out parade. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now awaiting the arrival of Air Vice Marshal Sartaj Bedi, Vayu Sena Medal, Vishisht Seva Medal, Deputy Commandant and Chief Instructor, National Defence Academy. The Air Marshal is an alumnus of the 77th Course, Charlie Squadron of the National Defence Academy and was commissioned into the Indian Air Force on 13 December 1990 from the Air Force Academy, Dundigal, a graduate of the Defence Services Staff College, Wellington, and the National Defence College, Egypt. The air officer has completed over 3 decades of exemplary service marked by operational excellence, leadership, and academic prowess. In a career spanning over 33 years, the officer has held various important command and staff appointments and has over 5,300 hours of flying experience on various aircraft. The air officer is a qualified flying instructor, an instrument rating instructor and examiner. During his service, the officer has been awarded the Vayu Sena Medal for Gallantry and Vishisht Seva Medal for Distinguished Service. In addition to his operational achievements, the air officer holds a Master's in Science in Defence Studies from Madras University and a Bachelor's in Science from Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. Air Vice Marshal Sartaj Bedi assumed the esteemed appointment of Deputy Commandant and Chief Instructor on 5th August 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, Air Vice Marshal Sartaj Bedi, Vayu Sena Medal, Vishisht Seva Medal, Deputy Commandant and Chief Instructor, National Defence Academy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now awaiting the arrival of Vice Admiral Gurcharan Singh, Ati Vishesh Seva Medal, Nausena Medal, Commandant, National Defence Academy. An alumnus of the National Defence Academy, Admiral Gurcharan Singh was commissioned in the Indian Navy on 1st July 1990. He is a graduate of the Defence Services Staff College, Wellington, National Defence College, Delhi, National Intelligence University, Washington, and United Nations Staff Officers Course at Stockholm, Sweden. In a career spanning over 34 years, the flag officer has held various challenging command and staff appointments. The officer has commanded INS Kochi, a Kolkata-class stealth guided missile destroyer, INS Kukri, a Kukri-class missile corvette, and INS Vidyut, a Veer-class missile corvette. The flag officer holds the distinction of being part of the commissioning crew of 3 Indian-constructed warships, INS Brahmaputra as gunnery officer, INS Shivalik as executive officer, and INS Kochi as commanding officer. The flag officer assumed the appointment of Commandant, National Defence Academy on 25th May 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, Vice Admiral Gurcharan Singh, Ati Vishesh Seva Medal, Nausena Medal, Commandant, National Defence Academy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now waiting the arrival of Air Marshal Ashutosh Dikshit, अति विशिष्ट सेवा मेडल, वायुसेना मेडल, विशिष्ट सेवा मेडल, Chief of Integrated Defence Staff to the Chairman, Chiefs of Staff Committee. The Air Marshal was commissioned into the fighter stream of Indian Air Force on 6 December 1986. He is an alumnus of National Defence Academy, Defence Staff Service College, Bangladesh, and National Defence College with more than 3,300 hours of flying. The air officer has an eclectic flying experience on various aircrafts. To name a few, Mirage 2000, variants of MiG, HPT-32, AN-32, Kiran, Jaguar, IL-78 and Hawk. He took over as Chief of Integrated Defence Staff to the Chairman, Chiefs of Staff Committee on 1st May 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, Air Marshal Ashutosh Dikshit, Ati Vishesh Seva Medal, Vayusena Medal, Vishesh Seva Medal, Chief of Integrated Defence Staff to the Chairman, Chiefs of Staff Committee.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now awaiting the arrival of Air Vice Marshal Sartaj Bedi, Vayu Sena Medal, Vishisht Seva Medal, Deputy Commandant and Chief Instructor, National Defence Academy. The Air Marshal is an alumnus of the 77th Course, Charlie Squadron of the National Defence Academy and was commissioned into the Indian Air Force on 13 December 1990 from the Air Force Academy, Dundigal, a graduate of the Defence Services Staff College, Wellington, and the National Defence College, Egypt. The air officer has completed over 3 decades of exemplary service marked by operational excellence, leadership, and academic prowess. In a career spanning over 33 years, the officer has held various important command and staff appointments and has over 5,300 hours of flying experience on various aircraft. The air officer is a qualified flying instructor, an instrument rating instructor and examiner. During his service, the officer has been awarded the Vayu Sena Medal for Gallantry and Vishisht Seva Medal for Distinguished Service. Air Vice Marshal Sartaj Bedi assumed the esteemed appointment of Deputy Commandant and Chief Instructor on 5th August 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, Air Vice Marshal Sartaj Bedi, Vayu Sena Medal, Vishisht Seva Medal, Deputy Commandant and Chief Instructor, National Defence Academy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now awaiting the arrival of Vice Admiral Gurcharan Singh, Ati Vishish Seva Medal, Nausena Medal, Commandant, National Defence Academy, the reviewing officer of today's parade. An alumnus of the National Defence Academy, Admiral Gurcharan Singh was commissioned in the Indian Navy on 1st July 1990. He is a graduate of the Defence Services Staff College, Wellington, National Defence College, Delhi, National Intelligence University, Washington, and United Nations Staff Officers Course at Stockholm, Sweden. In a career spanning over 34 years, the flag officer has held various challenging command and staff appointments. The officer has commanded INS Kochi, a Kolkata-class stealth-guided missile destroyer, INS Kukri, a Kukri-class missile corvette, and INS Vidyut, a Veer-class missile corvette. The flag officer holds the distinction of being part of the commissioning crew of 3 Indian-constructed warships, INS Brahmaputra as gunnery officer, INS Shivalik as executive officer, and INS Kochi as commanding officer. His staff appointments include Directorate of Personnel and Directorate of Naval Intelligence at Naval Headquarters and Indian Naval Workup Team at Kochi. The officer has been an instructor at INS Dronacharya Gunnery School and the Deputy Commandant of Naval War College, Goa. The flag officer served as Chief Staff Officer Operations, Western Naval Command, wherein he planned and conducted search and rescue operations during the cyclone Taukte and several other operational missions and deployments. Thereafter, he served as the Assistant Chief of Personnel at Naval Headquarters, where he played a key role in designing various policies with respect to personnel and administration. The flag officer has also served as Fleet Commander of the Eastern Fleet. During this tenure, the fleet maintained high tempo of operational preparedness with a sharp focus on the mission of ordnance on target. On elevation to the rank of Vice Admiral, the flag officer was appointed as Controller Personnel Services, wherein various initiatives were undertaken to improve working conditions of personnel and naval community. On 25th May 2024, the flag officer assumed the appointment of Commandant, National Defence Academy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please look ahead. You can see the first fly past. We have 3 helicopters approaching the parade ground in Seahawk formation.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vice Admiral Gurcharan Singh, Ati Vishish Seva Medal, Nausena Medal, Commandant, National Defence Academy, the reviewing officer of today's parade.
श्रीमान राष्ट्रीय रक्षा अकादमी 148 कोर्स दीक्षांत समारोह परेड 1350 कैडेट्स परेड पर परेड निरीक्षण के लिए हाजिर है।
The number of our alumni who have been decorated in war is legion. Most of them have had their baptism with fire in the wars since independence. Some where blizzards and snowstorms rule. Some where the wind blows full of sand. Some where the waves hold argument with the sky, and some in the uncharted space above. But, like professional soldiers, they were conscious of the hazards of their profession and were conscious of the contribution they were making to safeguard the sovereignty of our nation. In this long march to glory, our alumni have demonstrated exemplary courage and dedication both in war and peace. They have defended our borders, kept the territorial waters safe for the nation, and touched its sky with glory. The list of our alumni who have distinguished themselves in war would read like a veritable who's who of Indian heroes. Till date, these heroes have been awarded 3 Paramveer Chakra, 31 Mahavir Chakra, 165 Veer Chakra, 12 Ashok Chakra, 47 Kirti Chakra, and 168 Shaurya Chakra.
There are some whom we always remember with special fondness. Captain Gurbachan Singh Salaria, 10th Course, Bravo Squadron; 2nd Lieutenant Arun Khetrapal, 38th Course, Foxtrot Squadron; and Captain Manoj Kumar Pandey, 90th Course, Mike Squadron. The spirit of 394 warriors and 5 of those who went missing in action resides in the hut of remembrance behind the Sudan block.
The relieving officer will now review the parade. Leading the line up is the contingent of Call Squadron, proudly carrying the Chiefs of Staff banner. The second contingent is of Charlie Squadron. The third contingent is of Romeo Squadron. The fourth contingent is of India Squadron. The fifth contingent is of Lima Squadron. The sixth contingent is of Juliet Squadron. The seventh contingent is of November Squadron. The eighth contingent is of Bravo Squadron. The ninth contingent is of Panther Squadron. The Nishan Toli, proudly carrying the President's colors. The 10th contingent is of Mike Squadron. The 11th contingent is of Alpha Squadron. The 12th contingent is of Kilo Squadron. The 13th contingent is of Foxtrot Squadron. The 14th contingent is of Oscar Squadron. The 15th contingent is of Hunter Squadron. The 16th contingent is of Delta Squadron. The 17th contingent is of Echo Squadron. The 18th contingent is of Quebec Squadron.
Concluding the lineup is the appointments contingent, led by Academy Cadet Captain Udayveer Singh Negi. The list of achievements of National Defence Academy alumni is endless. Apart from gallantry in war, our alumni have displayed exemplary courage and self-sacrifice, even while they have been away from the battlefield. The Ashok Chakra, the highest peacetime gallantry award, winners of National Defence Academy are 2nd Lieutenant P.M. Raman, 6th Course, Alpha Squadron; Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma, 35th Course, Juliet Squadron; Colonel N.J. Nair, 38th Course, India Squadron. Major Sudhir Kumar, 72nd Course, Juliet Squadron. Captain A.S. Jasrotia, 73rd Course, Echo Squadron. Major R.K. June, 78th Course, Kilo Squadron. Second Lieutenant Rakesh Singh, 79th Course, Bravo Squadron. Second Lieutenant Puneet Dutt, 87th Course, Echo Squadron. Major Sandeep Unikrishnan, 94th Course, Oscar Squadron. Major Mohit Sharma, 95th Course, India Squadron. Major D. Raghu Raman, 95th Course, November Squadron. Captain Harshan Radhakrishnan, 101st Course, Golf Squadron.
The cadets of National Defense Academy follow in the footsteps of some of our illustrious alumni who have scaled the highest peaks in the Himalayas, sailed around the world, and also done the country proud on the sports field. Some of those whom we mention with special pride are Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma Ashok Chakra, the first Indian to enter space. Commander Dilip Dhonde Shaurya Chakra, the first Indian solo circumnavigator of the globe. Captain H.D. Motiwala, who became the first Indian to be awarded the prestigious Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award, Dronacharya Award, and the Arjuna Award for yachting. Wing Commander Yashwant Anil Narayan Petkar swam across the English Channel twice, creating national and Asian record.
Captain Atul Sinha and Lieutenant Commander Farooq Tarapur represented India in yachting and sailing in the 16th Asian Games held in 2010 in China and won the silver medal. Captain Sinha, a Chhatrapati Shivaji Award recipient, also mentored Team Navika Sagar Parikrama 1 and 2 and completed the Cape to Rio race in a record time of 20.8 days in 2017.
You can now see the cadets march forward to the martial tune of Kadam Kadam Badhaye Ja.
Ladies and gentlemen, the parade is accompanied by flypast. The first one was with 3 Chetak helicopters in ensign formation. Captaining the first helicopter was Group Captain Sai Kiran, 105th Course, India Squadron, and his co-pilot was Lieutenant Commander Anmol, 133rd Course, Romeo Squadron. The second helicopter was captained by Wing Commander Pankaj Borkar, 114th Course, Oscar Squadron, and his co-pilot was Squadron Leader Ashish Saklani, 133rd Course, Delta Squadron. The 3rd helicopter was captained by Squadron Leader Aditya Shekhar, 123rd Course, Gaul Squadron, and his co-pilot was Squadron Leader Nikhil. The second flypast will be by 3 Super Demona aircrafts in Trishakti formation. The first aircraft will be piloted by Wing Commander A.B. Kulkarni, 98th Course, November Squadron, and his co-pilot is Squadron Leader Piyush Agrawal, 127th Course, November Squadron. The second aircraft is captained by Squadron Leader Alok Shukla, 122nd Course, Echo Squadron, and his co-pilot is Squadron Leader Hitanshu Rathi, 131st Course, Delta Squadron. The third aircraft flown by Wing Commander Manu, 114th Course, Juliet Squadron, and his co-pilot is Wing Commander Rahul Sharma, 104th Course, Juliet Squadron. The third flypast will be by 3 Su-30 aircrafts in Rhino formation. Flying the first aircraft will be Wing Commander Abhijit Singh, 112th Course, Gaul Squadron, and his co-pilot is Flight Lieutenant Shubham Yadav, 135th Course, Juliet Squadron. The third aircraft will be flown by Wing Commander Prashant Dwivedi, 114th Course, Kilo Squadron, and his co-pilot is Flight Lieutenant Danish Siddiqui, 134th Course, Panther Squadron. Flying the third aircraft will be Wing Commander Rakesh Gill, 118th Course, Hunter Squadron, and his co-pilot is Squadron Leader Shiv Kumar, 132nd Course, Foxtrot Squadron. The overall flypast is coordinated by Squadron Leader Ninad Mahajan, 129th Course, Cubic Squadron.
In all nations, martial music has accompanied feats of arms, serving the twofold purpose of inspiring the troops to fight and as a method of conveying orders. Playing this inspiring music today, we have 4 bands. These bands are the National Defence Academy Military Band, led by Subedar C. Shankar, the National Defence Academy Pipe and Drums Band, led by Naib Subedar P.M. Kamble, the MEGN Center Pipe and Drums Band, led by Subedar Major G. Ram, and the 3rd Wing Air Force Band, led by Warrant Officer Sanjay Kumar.
Ladies and gentlemen, when Nishan Toli passes in front of you, you are requested to rise, and those in uniform will salute as a mark of respect for the President's colors.
Leading the parade is Academy Cadet Adjutant Madhav Kumar, followed by the cadets of Gaul Squadron, proudly carrying the Chiefs of Staff banner. The contingent is led by Squadron Cadet Captain Aditya Omi. The contingent of Charlie Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Nitish Yadav. The contingent of Romeo Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Ansh Kumar. The contingent of India Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Shishir Joshi.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you just witnessed was a flypast by 3 Super Demona aircrafts in Trishakti formation.
The contingent of Rima Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Prabdeep Singh. The contingent of Juliet Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Yadnesh A. Patil. The contingent of November Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Abhay. The contingent of Bravo Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Shivansh. The contingent of Panther Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Vishav Sharma. The Nishan Toli, proudly carrying the President's colors.
The contingent of Mike Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Shubham Latwal. The contingent of Alpha Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Sumit Pandey. The contingent of Kilo Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Sachidananda Vishwakarma. The contingent of Foxtrot Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Nikhil Jangra. The contingent of Oscar Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Tejas Sharma. The contingent of Hunter Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Prasad Bhaskar Gaikwad. The contingent of Delta Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Aniket Kahol. The contingent of Echo Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Ronak Hudda. The contingent of Quebec Squadron, led by Squadron Cadet Captain Vishal Kumar. Concluding the lineup is the appointments contingent, led by Academy Cadet Captain Udayveer Singh Negi. And finally, Lieutenant Colonel Praveen Kumar Tiwari, Adjutant, National Defence Academy, saluting the reviewing officer on his charger, Reliant Robin.
The cadets of this institution have been consistent in making the most of the excellent all-round training facilities available at the academy. One important aspect of training in National Defence Academy is the camps they attend during their second, fourth and sixth term. The participation in these camps in the academy prepares them for future military challenges and helps in building an overall sense of camaraderie, bonhomie, team spirit and quick adaptation to unknown and difficult conditions.
Ladies and gentlemen, among the various sports events which happen during spring term 2025, the inter-squadron basketball competition was won by Call Squadron. The inter-squadron hockey competition was won by Charlie Squadron. And the inter-squadron cross-country competition, which tests the physical and mental endurance of our young cadets, was won by Charlie Squadron.
Ladies and gentlemen, the equestrian training team of National Defence Academy has been performing exceedingly well in various equestrian and polo competitions at regional, services and national levels. This training team has won a total of 31 medals in the Army Equestrian Championship, which includes 5 gold, 8 silver, 11 bronze and various highly recommended positions. Apart from individual gold and bronze medals, the cadets bagged various team medals as well. A total of 1 half blue and 5 merit cards were awarded to cadets in spring term 2025 on the basis of their exceptional performance in riding. The cadets of National Defence Academy put up a stellar show at the 18th General J.J. Singh Officers Shooting Championship held at Mhow from 10th to 23rd April, winning 1 gold and 2 bronze medals.
समीक्षा क्रमे मध्य चल
Ladies and gentlemen, as you look to the extreme left, you can see Divisional Cadet Captain K. Leela Shahi from Call Squadron coming to hand over the Chiefs of Staff banner to Drill Instructor Company Havaldar Major Gurpreet Singh of the 13th Battalion of Sikh Light Infantry Regiment, who is receiving this on behalf of the Academy so that it can now be presented to the squadron that has won the championship this term. Earlier, we had the Commandant's banner for the champion squadron. The Chiefs of Staff banner was instituted during autumn term 1980. Bravo Squadron was the first to win it then.
Ladies and gentlemen, on today's parade, we have both female and male cadets as cane honorees. These cadets are Cadet Akash Kesri, Cadet Ashish Kumar Basera, Cadet Pratik Prakash Sawant, Cadet Tanish Saharan, Cadet Ananya, and Cadet Avni.
The relieving officer will present medals to the award winners in a short while. The silver medal for the best all-round Army cadet is awarded to Battalion Cadet Adjutant Prince Raj of Charlie Squadron. The silver medal for the best all-round naval cadet is awarded to Academy Cadet Captain Udayveer Singh Negi of Gulf Squadron. The silver medal to the best all-round Air Force cadet of the passing out course goes to Battalion Cadet Captain Ritul of Romeo Squadron. Winner of the Chiefs of Staff banner, Gulf Squadron.
The silver medal for the best all-round Army cadet is awarded to the cadet standing first in training activities conducted by the Army training team. These activities include firing, weapon training, map reading, tactical training, and handling communication equipments. The silver medal for the best all-round Air Force cadet is awarded to the cadet standing first in training activities conducted by the Air Force training team. These activities include training on service subjects.
The silver medal to the best all-round naval cadet is adjudged on the basis of his excellence in service subjects like general navigation, astronavigation, and rules of road, conducted by the naval training team at National Defence Academy, Khadakwasla.
The Chiefs of Staff banner is awarded to the squadron standing first in the overall championship. The championship is decided on the basis of points gained by the squadron in various inter-squadron competitions held during the term. The squadron with the highest aggregate is declared the champion squadron.
Squadron Cadet Captain of Call Squadron will receive the Chiefs of Staff banner. The pride of these four young men is evident as they march forward to receive their well-deserved awards. The training at National Defence Academy inculcates in cadets the qualities of leadership and a drive to excel. A cadet is transformed into an officer and a gentleman over the 3 years that he trains here.
Salute! Proper! Vapas! Get
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, a carrier belt is being slung over the shoulder of Squadron Cadet Captain Aditya Omi of Golf Squadron so that he can now receive the coveted Chiefs of Staff banner.
The reviewing officer is now requested to present medals to the award winners and the Chiefs of Staff banner to the champion squadron of this term. The silver medal for the best all-round Army cadet is awarded to Battalion Cadet Adjutant Prince Raj of Charlie Squadron. The silver medal for the best all-round naval cadet is awarded to Academy Cadet Captain Udayveer Singh Negi of Gaul Squadron. The silver medal to the best all-round Air Force cadet of the passing out course goes to Battalion Cadet Captain Ritul of Romeo Squadron. Winner of the Chiefs of Staff banner, Gaul Squadron.
Prabhat! Nikan! Get! Prabhat! Salute! Prabhat! Pीछे! Move! Prabhat! Mantisip! Attention!
इन कैडेटों ने न केवल अपने स्क्वाड्रन का नाम गौरवान्वित किया है, बल्कि अपने माता पिता का शीश भी गर्व से ऊंचा कर दिया है।
गॉल स्क्वाड्रन के कैडेटों के लिए भी यह अत्यंत हर्ष व उल्लास का समय है कि उन्होंने पढ़ाई, शारीरिक प्रशिक्षण, खेलकूद व क्वायद जैसी गतिविधियों में अपनी महारत साबित कर चीफ्स ऑफ स्टाफ के प्रतिष्ठित ध्वज को प्राप्त किया है। चैंपियन स्क्वाड्रन होने के कारण गॉल स्क्वाड्रन के कैडेट अब दाहिने कंधे पर लैनियार्ड लगाने के साथ साथ अपने स्क्वाड्रन भवन के आगे 2 समारोहिक तोपें भी रख सकते हैं। साथ ही वे अपने स्क्वाड्रन भवन पर चीफ्स ऑफ स्टाफ के प्रतिष्ठित ध्वज को फहरा भी सकते हैं।
The medal winners are marching back to take their positions. It is indeed a proud moment for them as well as for all those who have been associated with their training here, and of course for their parents. For the cadets of Call Squadron, it is also a special occasion as they have been declared the Champion Squadron and have received the prestigious Chiefs of Staff banner. The distinction of being the Champion Squadron entitles the squadron to put up the banner atop the squadron building next term. It also entitles the squadron to display 2 ceremonial guns at the entrance to the squadron, symbolizing their achievement.
It gives the cadets of Gaul Squadron the proud privilege of wearing the red colored lanyard on the right shoulder, unlike the cadets of all the other squadrons who wear it on the left shoulder. It is indeed a rare honor for Gaul Squadron because they have been adjudged the Champion Squadron.
The reviewing officer is requested to kindly address the parade.
Air Vice Marshal Sataj Bedi, Deputy Commandant and the Chief Instructor, all the principal, staff officers, members of the faculty and staff, distinguished guests, members of the media, my dear beloved cadets, ladies and gentlemen. I am indeed delighted to witness yet another brilliant march past with its disciplined yet graceful drill maneuvers, presenting a majestic picture of precision and perfection. Congratulations to all you cadets for continuing this tradition of excellence that is the ethos of this academy. In this technology-driven age, some might underestimate the value of drill, but let me reiterate what has been echoed through the ages, that drill is truly the bedrock of discipline. As someone has rightly pointed out, through drill, discipline is forged, and through discipline, excellence is achieved. I am particularly glad that we have today female cadets of the 148th course marching side by side with their male counterparts. This is not only a historic moment that will be recorded in the annals of the military history of this country, but a matter of immense pride for the National Defense Academy. Cadets, as I stand on this quarterdeck today, very nostalgic memories of the past coalesce through my mind with the present. Today, as the drill square resounds with the rhythmic steps and drill commands which evoke spontaneous obedience, the same sweating, striving, learning, and exhaustion after the drill, the spirit of camaraderie and unity, all these remind me of the rigor of training and sweetness of that fine moment on that final day when I too crossed this very quarterdeck in June 1989 into a new beginning. It was in the portals of this hallowed academy that I was tempered and shaped to face the challenges of the future. As Commandant now, I have the onus of molding young cadets into leaders with the same unchanging standards. For even though NDA has evolved through the years, the core spirit of the academy remains the same. The grooming of cadets into leaders who have high standards of honesty and integrity, professional competence, motivation, and discipline. As I see the passing out course, I'm happy to note that each one of you has been forged in fire, and you bear the invisible mark of what makes an ex-NDA, the very epitome of discipline, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to duty. Today, the world is witnessing a very complex and volatile geopolitical landscape with conflicts fracturing the peace of numerous nations. The Russian-Ukraine war and the Israeli-Hamas conflict being recent examples. I'm sure all of you are also aware of Op Sindoor conducted by India very recently. The multi-layered contours of hybrid warfare, the use of AI-generated weapons and autonomous systems, cyber attacks, disinformation campaigns, economic sanctions, political subversions, and the participation of non-state actors has not only blurred the battle lines, but also made it problematic to identify, subdue, and decimate the aggressor. This necessitates that each one of you must prepare to adapt yourself to face these emerging challenges. Therefore, I have some advice and guidance to offer to all you cadets. First of all, I urge you to never stop learning. Continue to update your knowledge and skills to increase your professional competence. Develop technological prowess that embraces modern technology. Given the multidimensional nature of hybrid warfare, a study of the geopolitics, economics, and socio-cultural dimensions of society and of the unconventional strategies employed by adversaries is a must. Engagement with civil society, war games that mimic the real-time environment, and collaboration with other nations are the way forward. In other words, you have to be a polymath, that is, an expert in many, many subjects. I'm sure, given the versatility of the training that you have undergone at NDA, you will easily gain the capability and the aptitude to face the future. However, notwithstanding the mantle of intellectual acumen, there can be no letting down of the standards of physical fitness that is required of a soldier. Remember, a sound mind exists only in a sound body. Ill health can debilitate the mind and lower the capability of a soldier to perform to his or her full potential. Therefore, it is imperative for each one of you to maintain optimum fitness levels in the performance of your duties, whether it be on land, sea, or air. Alertness and split-second responses are dependent on the functionality of the senses, which ought to be enhanced with the routine of daily exercises and by indulging in sports and games. There is no place for laziness and complacency with regard to the body as far as a soldier is concerned. Having said that, I must emphasize that to this treasury of your mental dexterity and the physical strength of your body, you must add the critical element of a robust value system that is morally grounded in the universal set of human values. This will help you navigate through the complex uncertainties of ethical dilemmas that are thrown up by hybrid warfare. The rise of non-state actors and the use of autonomous weapons, as well as drone and swarm technology, bring up complex ethical problems in distinguishing between civilians and combatants, fixing accountability and responsibility, as well as moral conflicts between an individual's moral compass and the diktats of national interest. In such circumstances, let the NDA prayer and the honor code guide you in choosing what is right. As I end, let me remind you that you all have been called to serve the nation. Do so with all your heart, mind, and soul. Selfless service by itself is a great reward. Also, all of you have the onerous responsibility of upholding the glorious legacy of our alma mater. To the passing out female cadets of the 148th course, every eye will be watching you with curiosity to see how you fare in your future endeavors. I am proud to state that you have excelled in all aspects of training at NDA. I also want to compliment the male cadets of 148th course. You all have stood together, trained and played together in right earnest and with the right spirit. Together, you all have been groomed to excel, and excel you will, I am sure. My best wishes to all the cadets of 148th course. You all will be passing out on 30th May, all set to blaze new trails into a glorious future. May the Almighty be with you all. Jai Hind.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a short while, you will witness 3 Su-30 aircrafts approaching the quarter deck. Ladies and gentlemen, as the President's colors are being carried off the parade ground, you are requested to rise, and those in uniform will salute at the word of command of the Academy Cadet Adjutant.
President's Color Award is one of the highest honor that is bestowed upon any military unit. It is also known as Rashtrapati Ka Nishan in Hindi. A special flag known as Nishan is given to the unit as part of the award. The President's Color Award is a prestigious honor awarded by the President, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces of India, to any armed forces unit that has rendered exceptional service to the nation. While the practice of carrying colors into the battlefield has stopped, the tradition of receiving, holding, and parading the color continues even today in the armed forces.
Brave! Macho! Shut! Brave! Nikat load! Shut! Brave! Start! Madhya set! Touch! ब्रेक अंदर को चलेगा गणगोट मार्च ब्रेक दाहिने बाएं गोट दाहिने बाएं सेट चल चल
अब कैडेट परेड की समाप्ति के लिए अपना अपना स्थान ले रहे हैं। दीक्षांत समारोह का गौरव व गरिमा से पूर्ण यह अवसर कैडेटों के 3 वर्ष के कठिन परिश्रम का सबसे महत्वपूर्ण दिन है।
The cadets are now forming up in preparation for the culmination of the parade. The cadets of the passing out course will proceed towards the Antim Pug at the quarterdeck. The Antim Pug is marked at the quarterdeck, which symbolizes the passing out of cadets of the 148th Corps. Later, when the band will play the lilting tune of All Lang Syne, which will take most of you down the memory lane, the junior cadets will go back to the quartermaster's fort away from you, and the cadets of the passing out course will proceed towards the quarterdeck. The parade will culminate with cadets of the passing out course and the junior courses forming up and marching slow.
Crossing the threshold of the quarterdeck enables them to join the galaxy of National Defense Academy alumni. This is a day of mixed sentiments. The joy of success and sorrow of separation stand as a testimony to the firm concepts of discipline and determination which molds them as young leaders.
should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind, should all acquaintance be forgot and days of odd lang syne. These lines are a fitting tribute to the days gone by of lifelong friendships and unbreakable bond between the cadets of the Tri Services, established at the National Defence Academy during their years of training. The cadets pass out of National Defence Academy for the second lap of their journey in different academies, but with a deep sense of connection between them, developed at their alma mater.
The junior cadets are now marching back towards the quartermaster's fort, while the cadets of the 148th course march towards the quarterdeck. They will step on the quarterdeck, salute the national flag on the mast, and bid farewell to the academy, their home for the past 3 years.
If you look to the left and to the right of the quarterdeck, you'll see cadets manning the Jacob's ladders on the quarterdeck mast. These cadets belong to the first term of the academy. They'll cheer the cadets of the passing out course. There'll be a fly past to honor the success of the passing out course as the cadets approach the quarterdeck. We wish the cadets of the 148th course good fortune and glorious years of service to the nation, in keeping up with the highest traditions of the academy and living up to its motto, service before self.
सच है, विपत्ति जब आती है, कायर को ही दहलाती है। सूरमा नहीं विचलित होते, क्षण एक नहीं धीरज खोते। विघ्नों को गले लगाते हैं, कांटों में राह बनाते हैं। शूलों को मूल नसाते हैं, पर खुद विपत्ति पर छाते हैं।
आज 148 कोर्स के कैडेट्स इसी दृढ़ निश्चय व इन्हीं फौलादी इरादों के साथ जीवन के अगले पड़ाव की ओर बढ़ रहे हैं।
The passing out parade is a moment of retrospection to see how discipline has shaped our young cadets. Discipline has always been the bedrock of training at the National Defence Academy. As old order changes yielding place to new, the discipline at the National Defence Academy has been given new directions without changing its basic fabric.
It is this discipline and loyalty that the nation is proud of in every warrior, which are painstakingly developed and ingrained here at the National Defence Academy.
The National Defence Academy stands for traditions built over years of experience. With excellence through training and hard work, culture growing out of such traditions has molded every generation of cadets in a uniform pattern.
Ladies and gentlemen, in view of the solemnity of the occasion, we request you to remain seated while the passing out course cadets are in the process of taking formal leave of the academy. You are requested to leave the parade ground only after the reviewing officer and other senior dignitaries have departed.
देवियों और सज्जनों, आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि जब पासिंग आउट कोर्स के कैडेट धीरे चाल से क्वार्टर डेक से गुजरें, तब अपना स्थान तब तक ना छोड़ें जब तक मुख्य अतिथि प्रस्थान न करें।
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise.
If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to, broken, and stoop and build them up with worn out tools.
If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, not lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Being an officer means above all being a leader of men. National Defense Academy is the ideal opportunity for young cadets to imbibe important aspects of leadership. And so we bid adieu to the 148 corps, wishing them well in their journey ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, the Academy Cadet Adjutant and the Academy Cadet Captain are now approaching the quarter deck.
Ladies and gentlemen, please look straight ahead. You can see 3 Su-30 aircrafts approaching the quarter deck in rhino formation.
The fragrance in the air of the National Defense Academy is enough to raise a storm of nostalgia in the minds of not only its alumni, but also those who have had a sojourn here. The passing out parade is thus not the end, but a beginning.